This message didn't find you by accident. Right now, as your eyes move across these words, something deep within your awareness is starting to awaken. The recognition that consciousness itself operates according to laws far more powerful than anything you've ever been told. Scientists call it quantum consciousness, and while academia struggles to define it, you've already felt its effects. Those strange moments of déjà vu, those sudden bursts of intuition, those times when you thought of someone seconds before they called. These aren't coincidences. They are evidence that your mind is entangled with the quantum field of reality. But here's the part that most people never hear. Your subconscious mind, the hidden operating system running beneath your thoughts, is not just influenced by this field, it is continuously programming it. The beliefs you carry, the patterns you replay, the stories you repeat to yourself, they don't just shape your mood or your decisions, they literally collapse probability waves into the reality you're living right now. Quantum physicists have long been puzzled by the double-slit experiment, where particles act like infinite possibilities until observed. What they don't tell you is that your subconscious is the constant observer, collapsing reality on autopilot. Every unexamined belief, every unconscious fear, every unresolved memory is acting as a lens through which the universe decides which version of reality you get to experience. And the result? A loop that feels impossible to break until you learn how to access the secret quantum frequency that reprograms the subconscious from the inside out. Think about it. How many times have you tried to change your life by willpower alone, only to find yourself drifting back into the same habits, the same relationships, the same disappointments? That's because the conscious mind is like the tip of an iceberg, and the subconscious is the massive hidden structure beneath the surface, dictating 95% of your daily experience. Traditional psychology tries to manage perception, but the truth is far more radical. Perception is quantum. And when you shift the frequency of your subconscious mind, the entire fabric of reality responds. What you are about to discover is not a metaphor. This isn't positive thinking, wishful imagination, or abstract philosophy. It is quantum mechanics applied directly to human consciousness. When you learn to tune your subconscious into the correct vibration, you no longer have to force change. You become the frequency that naturally reorganizes reality around you. And here's where the quantum code reveals itself. Your subconscious is most easily reprogrammed not through logic, not through struggle, but through frequency. Sound, vibration, and resonance bypass the conscious gatekeeper and speak directly to the neural patterns and energetic fields that decide what you believe to be real. This is why ancient traditions used chanting, drumming, and tones. This is why modern science is rediscovering the power of 5 to 8 Hz healing frequencies. And this is why your next evolution isn't about thinking harder, it's about tuning deeper. You are not just a witness to reality, you are its composer, and the subconscious mind is your instrument. Once you unlock the quantum frequency hidden within it, every note you play reverberates across the infinite field of possibility.
Every physics student learns about the infamous double-slit experiment. Fire particles at 2 slits, and they behave like waves of infinite potential until someone observes them. The instant observation occurs the wave collapses into a fixed reality. For decades, scientists have argued about what this means, but here's the truth almost no one dares to say out loud. The observer isn't just the scientist with the measuring device. The real observer is your subconscious mind, operating in the background every second of your life. Think about it. You're not consciously aware of your heartbeat, yet it beats. You don't consciously instruct every breath, yet your body breathes. In the same way, you don't consciously choose most of your thoughts, feelings, or perceptions, yet they appear. This silent machinery is your subconscious, and it is collapsing probability waves into form long before your conscious mind gets the chance to intervene. This is why so many people feel trapped in repeating patterns. Consciously, they want change. They dream of love, abundance, freedom, spiritual awakening. But subconsciously, their observer is tuned to old programming, fear, scarcity, doubt. And what does the quantum field do? It listens. It obeys. It collapses reality into exactly what the subconscious frequency demands. Your subconscious is like a broadcasting tower, constantly emitting signals that instruct the universe which timeline to generate for you. Every belief, every memory, every emotional imprint stored beneath awareness functions like a measurement device in the quantum lab. If those imprints are unresolved, they collapse reality into repetitive loops. But when those imprints are reprogrammed, the observer effect becomes your greatest ally. The fascinating part is that neuroscience now confirms what mystics have always known. The subconscious responds to frequency far more than to logic. Brainwave studies reveal that your subconscious absorbs suggestion most easily in states of deep relaxation, the same states where vibrational frequencies such as 528 Hz healing tones resonate most powerfully. In other words, when you expose the subconscious observer to coherent quantum frequencies, you're not just calming the mind, you're literally resetting the measurement device that decides what your reality will be. Imagine your subconscious as a scientist standing at the double slit, pressing the button again and again, collapsing probability waves into your life. The question is, what frequency is guiding their hand? Fear or faith? Scarcity or abundance? Limitation or infinite possibility? Once you realize that your subconscious is the hidden observer, you gain access to the true power of quantum manifestation. Because if the subconscious collapses reality by default, then training it to align with your highest frequency means reality itself will begin aligning effortlessly with your deepest desires.
If your subconscious is the hidden observer, then vibration is the language it understands best. Logic speaks to the conscious mind, but rhythm, tone, and resonance bypass the gatekeeper and go straight into the subconscious field. This is why ancient shamans used drums, monks used chants, and healers across cultures relied on sacred tones. They weren't just creating sound, they were programming reality at the quantum level. Modern science is only beginning to catch up. Studies on brainwaves show that exposure to coherent sound frequencies like 528 Hz, often called the frequency of love, brings the nervous system into harmony and makes the subconscious mind more receptive to new patterns. In practical terms, this means that a carefully chosen frequency can loosen the grip of old beliefs and plant new imprints that guide the quantum observer in a completely different direction. Consider this. Every belief you hold carries a vibrational signature. A belief in scarcity vibrates at one frequency, a belief in abundance at another. The subconscious doesn't distinguish between them logically. It simply resonates with whatever frequency it's most exposed to. When you align your environment, your practices, and your attention to frequencies of coherence and expansion, you're essentially tuning the subconscious observer to collapse timelines of abundance, healing, and synchronicity, instead of repetition and limitation. This is why techniques like creative visualization become exponentially more powerful when paired with sound. Visualization provides the image, but frequency provides the energy. Together, they form the imprint that instructs the subconscious what reality to collapse into form. So, if you've ever struggled with affirmations or manifestation rituals that felt flat, the missing ingredient wasn't effort, it was vibration. Once you pair intention with frequency, the subconscious doesn't just hear your desire, it becomes it.
Imagine your subconscious as a vast canvas. Every memory, every belief, every emotional scar has left a brushstroke on it. Some are beautiful, others chaotic, and together they form the picture you call my life. The challenge is that most of these strokes were painted without your permission by parents, teachers, culture, and countless past experiences. This is where subconscious imprinting becomes the hidden technology of transformation. Subconscious imprinting is not about forcing yourself to think positive. It's about deliberately placing new patterns into the subconscious observer so it collapses reality into alignment with your conscious desires. The key is timing and delivery. The subconscious accepts new imprints most effectively in states where the brain is open, such as just before sleep, during meditation, or while immersed in frequencies that relax the nervous system. This is why so many spiritual traditions included ritual. Ritual isn't superstition, it's technology. The repetition of words, movements, and sounds bypasses the conscious filter and leaves deep marks on the subconscious field. Modern neuroscience validates this. Repeated exposure to coherent thoughts and vibrations changes neural pathways, reprogramming the subconscious measurement device that dictates what timeline you experience. Here's the shocking part. Every single day, you are already imprinting your subconscious, often unconsciously. Scrolling through fear-driven news, repeating self-critical thoughts, dwelling on past failures. All of these are subconscious imprints, and they collapse your future reality accordingly. The difference between unconscious imprinting and deliberate imprinting is the difference between living on autopilot and stepping into quantum authorship of your life. When you pair subconscious imprinting with quantum vibration, sound frequencies like 528 Hz, or guided visualizations charged with emotion, you're not just rewriting mental software, you're resetting the very observer that commands the quantum field. This is where manifestation stops being random and starts becoming inevitable.
There comes a moment in every seeker's journey when reality itself feels like it cracks open. What once seemed solid and unquestionable suddenly reveals itself as flexible, fluid, and alive. This moment is what many describe as a spiritual awakening experience, and at its core, it is the recognition of frequency. When the subconscious observer begins receiving new imprints, when limiting beliefs are dissolved and replaced with vibrations of coherence, the entire nervous system recalibrates. You may notice time behaving differently, synchronicities appearing constantly, or dreams becoming vivid and prophetic. These aren't side effects. They are markers that your personal frequency has shifted, and your observer is now collapsing higher timelines into form. One of the most reported signs during awakening is sensitivity to sound and vibration. Ordinary noises may feel overwhelming, while healing tones like 528 Hz or deep meditative chants feel magnetic. This isn't just preference, it's resonance. Your subconscious observer is aligning with frequencies that match expansion and rejecting those that keep it trapped in limitation. Awakening also brings clarity of perception. You begin to see that most of what you thought was reality was actually conditioning, layered imprints accumulated over years. As these dissolve, you experience a freedom that feels both exhilarating and disorienting. The veil lifts, and suddenly you recognize that consciousness isn't trapped inside your mind. Your mind is swimming in a field of consciousness that spans the cosmos. Here's the most powerful part. This awakening frequency is not a one-time event. It's a state you can cultivate deliberately by tuning your subconscious observer to higher vibrations. The more consistently you align with these frequencies, the more stable your awakened perception becomes. What begins as glimpses of expanded awareness soon becomes your new baseline for reality. Awakening isn't about escaping life. It's about finally realizing that life itself is a symphony of vibration, and you are both the listener and the composer.
For decades, self-help gurus have promoted creative visualization, the practice of imagining the life you want in vivid detail. Many dismissed it as wishful thinking, but quantum science tells a different story. Visualization isn't fantasy. It's a directive to the subconscious observer that decides which probabilities collapse into form. Here's why it works. The subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. When paired with emotion and frequency, a mental picture becomes an energetic imprint. Neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity. Repeated mental rehearsal rewires brain circuits. Quantum physicists would say repeated observation of a possibility increases the probability of its collapse into reality. Both languages describe the same truth. The missing key, however, is vibration. Visualization without frequency is like drawing blueprints without pouring energy into the building. But when you add coherent sound, tones like 528 Hz or binaural beats that entrain brainwaves into receptive states, the subconscious absorbs the imagery as if it were already real. This is when visualization stops being mental and starts becoming quantum. Think of it this way. Your visualization is the design.
Your frequency is the electricity, and your subconscious observer is the builder. All three must align. When they do, manifestation accelerates dramatically. This is also why believing in manifestation matters less than people think. Belief emerges naturally when the subconscious observer is imprinted with coherent images and vibrations. You don't have to convince yourself that it's working. Your nervous system begins to act as if it's already true. And the quantum field, ever responsive, follows suit. So the next time you visualize, don't just picture your desired future. Feel it, hear it, surround it with frequency. Let your subconscious collapse it as the only logical reality available.
Your subconscious isn't a passive vault of memories. It's an active engine, constantly scanning, collapsing, and directing the flow of your reality. The question is, how do you activate this hidden observer so it stops running old programs and starts obeying your highest frequency? The answer lies in state and stimulus. The subconscious becomes most receptive during transitions between wakefulness and sleep, what neuroscientists call hypnagogic and hypnopompic states. These are moments when the brain shifts into theta waves, opening the door for imprinting. This is why listening to healing frequencies like 528 Hz before sleep or upon waking can create dramatic shifts. In these states, the conscious gatekeeper relaxes and the subconscious absorbs instructions without resistance. Another pathway is repetition paired with resonance. The subconscious learns not through single commands, but through consistent exposure. Daily affirmations may seem simple, but when paired with visualization and frequency, they become subconscious codes. Over time, they overwrite old imprints of fear or limitation with new imprints of possibility and expansion. Techniques such as subconscious imprinting therapy, guided meditations, or even rhythmic breathwork all function on the same principle. Bypass logic, access vibration, install new patterns. The goal isn't to control the subconscious with force, but to provide it with coherent inputs that it naturally aligns to. Activation isn't about creating something new in you. It's about reminding the subconscious of its original role as a quantum observer of infinite potential rather than a recorder of past limitations. Once activated, it becomes a servant of your conscious intention, collapsing timelines that reflect your true essence rather than your inherited fears. This is how ordinary life transforms into extraordinary synchronicity, not because you fought harder, but because your subconscious observer finally learned to play the right frequency.
Up until now, you've seen how the subconscious functions as the silent observer, collapsing probabilities into patterns that reflect your deepest imprints. But there's a step beyond observation, a state where you stop being a passive witness and step fully into your role as a quantum creator. Here's the shift. An observer watches what is, but a creator directs what becomes. When your subconscious is reprogrammed through frequency, vibration, and visualization, it no longer defaults to the loops of the past. It begins to project new patterns into the quantum field with coherence so strong that reality has no choice but to respond. This is what spiritual traditions have always hinted at, that awakening isn't about escaping reality but authoring it. Your thoughts become more than thoughts. They become signatures in the field. Your emotions become more than moods. They become energy that magnetize synchronicities. And your presence itself becomes an activation signal for others, destabilizing their old patterns and giving them glimpses of their own infinite potential. The science is clear. Conscious observation collapses probabilities, but coherent observation commands them. Once you combine awareness with frequency, the subconscious observer evolves into a conscious creator. This is where manifestation stops feeling like chance and starts functioning like law. And this is why you found this message, because you're ready to stop living as if life is happening to you and start realizing that life is happening through you. The field is waiting for your signal. The vibration is waiting for your direction. The quantum universe is waiting for your command. Now take this step. Breathe deeply. Feel your presence expand and declare inwardly, I am the frequency that reality must obey. Because from this moment, you are no longer just observing. You are creating.